This tech snip will show you how to set up PoshBot to run as a Windows service. Let's get started. In the How to Install and Run PoshBot snip, I showed you how to run PoshBot interactively. That method is great for quickly getting started in PoshBot, and it's also useful during development of plugins. But if you're running PoshBot in production, you'll want this running as a Windows service, so it's in the background and will start automatically after a reboot. The first thing we need to do to set up the Windows service is download NSM. Download NSSM, or the Non-Sucking Service Manager. This utility is a service helper which makes it very easy to set up applications or run scripts as a service. Using Chocolatey, you can install applications using the choco install command. So in the case of NSSM, we'll run choco install NSSM, and we'll pass in the -y switch, which will auto-confirm the install. To install applications with Chocolatey and to install Windows services, make sure you're running PowerShell as an administrator. Now let's go ahead and run choco install. If you want to or need to download NSSM manually, then you can follow the link at the bottom of the screen. Now that NSSM is installed, we can go ahead and set up our PoshBot configuration. Now we need a PoshBot configuration file that PoshBot can load when the service starts up. To do that, we'll go ahead and import PoshBot. Now we need a PoshBot configuration file that PoshBot can load when the service starts up. To do that, we'll go ahead and import PoshBot. Next, we'll create a hash table with parameters that will pass into the new PoshBot configuration command. There's a bunch more parameters available in new PoshBot configuration, but this will be fine for now. Notice we have a username in the bot admin's key. This user will have admin privileges in PoshBot. Next, we set some directories that PoshBot will use for its configuration, logs, and plugins. We'll want these set to C:/TechSnips. Next, we have our bot API token. You can check out the How to Install and Run PoshBot video for more details on how to get that from Slack. And now we'll splat this hash table to new PoshBot configuration. This will return us a fully populated configuration object, and then we'll save this configuration to disk by piping it to save PoshBot configuration and passing in a file path. Now let's check out the Start PoshBot script. This is what we'll configure to run as a Windows service. The first thing we do is import the PoshBot module. Then import the configuration that we just created using get PoshBot configuration. Next, we'll need to create a Slack backend instance using the new PoshBot SlackEnd. Slack backend command. Backends are the actual objects that communicate with the chat network. This function just needs the backend configuration section of our main configuration. This function just needs the backend configuration section of our main bot configuration. We'll then create a new instance of the bot using new PoshBot instance, passing in the configuration and backend objects. Then we'll enter a while true loop to ensure the script never actually finishes. Inside that, we have a try-catch block where we pipe our bot instance to start PoshBot and sending any errors to the error variable. If PoshBot has any errors or exceptions, we're going to throw those so that the catch block here can write them out to a file in the directory that we've configured. And that's it for the startup script. Now on to actually installing this as a service. A nice way to get commands that are in your environment path environment variable is using get command. We're going to grab the path to the NSSM binary that we just installed with Chocolatey. Next, we'll create some strings for the path. Next, we'll create strings for the path to our start PoshBot script and for the name of the Windows service that we're going to create. We can then use get command again to return the path to the PowerShell executable, including the path. Next, we can use get command again to return the path to the PowerShell executable. In this case, we're using PowerShell version 6, so the executable is called pwsh. But you can also substitute PowerShell.exe. But you can also substitute this with PowerShell.exe for PowerShell version 5. Now we'll create a string of arguments that will be passed to the PowerShell executable, including a path to the start PoshBot script. And finally, we can call the NSSM binary and passing the install argument to tell it to install as a service, and also our service name, the path to the executable, which in our case is PowerShell, and lastly, our argument string. After NSSM has created the service, we'll modify the service and set the working directory to c:/techsnips. We can verify the service is installed using NSSM status. We can verify the service is installed using the NSSM status command or using get service. And now we'll start the service up using start service. And we can verify that the service is now started. Let's hop on over to Slack now and confirm PoshBot is running by running the PoshBot built-in status command. Let's hop on over to Slack now and confirm PoshBot is running by running the PoshBot's built-in status command. Let's hop on over to Slack now and confirm PoshBot. Let's hop on over to Slack now and confirm PoshBot is running. We can see the PoshBot service is connected by seeing that the PoshBot bot is green. By the PoshBot, we can see. We can see that PoshBot is connected by its status here showing as green. Let's run the built-in status command to verify our connection. Let's run the built-in status command to verify PoshBot is functioning. Looks like it's up and running and responding to commands. And that's how you can run PoshBot as a Windows service.